Alright, so there's a package that just came today. The Meike 35mm f1.4 for my APS-C Sony a6000 mirrorless camera. It came from a dealer called Lee Photo in Philippines. I'm lucky they gave me a lens hood for it. Originally, I have my 35mm Meike f1.7 and I sold it just a few days ago. We're going to be having this as my replacement manual fixed focus lens for my Sony a6000. So let's do the unboxing first. Similar to the old one, you have a case and it's somewhat waterproof. It includes a manual, but too bad this is there is English, thankfully. There's of course a cleaning cloth, of course the lens itself. So let's try to unbox it now. So here is the lens itself. It's pretty same weight as the previous version, the f1.7. So there's a bit of a changes here, as you can see. So originally the f1.7 has some what do you call this, chrome lining here, but for the 1.4, the updated version, looks like that's not gonna be the case. But let's see, focus wise, I think this runs smoother than before. The aperturing is almost the same, but we now have 1.4 instead of 1.7 as the last or the brightest or the fastest here. But in terms of how you rotate it, it's pretty much the same as what we have in the previous version. But I really like the way the focus ring rotates smoothly. When I rotate it, the lens somewhat extends its height. In terms of cosmetics, you can see the Meike branding there. It says multi-coated, 1.3 feet, 0.4 millimeters. When you insert a lens hood, it should be 49, the size should be 49 millimeters, and it says they're 1.4, the aperture is f1.4 maximum, and the focal length is 35 millimeters. So here I am, we're testing the Meike 35mm f1.4. I hooked it up in my Sony a6000 mirrorless camera. It's an APS-C, and the lens, the 35mm Meike, is also for APS-C. It's a manual lens. So we're gonna be testing the lens on indoor shots. So I already took a couple of photos for this, but let's see its performance in terms of video. I think it's 1.3 right now, and I am on the fastest aperture, that's gonna be 1.4. If we change it to let's say f4, so you can clearly see that the background can now be seen properly, unlike on the previous aperture, that's 1.4. And as you can see, the backs for the lens can now be seen clearly. But if we move it to the slower aperture, let's say f16, it gets a little bit darker, but the background aside from the box can be seen. So let's go back to f1.4 and let's try to change the focus. So right now it's focusing on this table, not on the lens cups, not even the lens, the kit lens and the box. But as we move it, you can see it's getting there, but the background is creamy as expected. And moving it further, you can clearly see the kit lens, the those that are written in the sides of the kit lens, but the lens caps of the Meike 35mm, it's a bit blurred. The box is also a bit blurred, but the background, it's mostly creamy. The focus ring a little bit further. Let's focus on the box, so you can now read the text on the box. Those in the kit lens, it's now blurred. Also the lens cup, the background is also blurred. Moving it to the further to the back of the table, everything is blurred because we're not focusing anything except the end of the table. And a little further, I think you can clearly see I think that's a Nintendo Switch there. So that's how far the focus can be. So in terms of moving the lens, I'm currently holding it using my tripod. It's not a Gorilla Pod, so it's just a full tripod, but moving it, you'll see a little bit of, I think it's not that very stabilized compared to what the hopes can see. But let's focus a little bit near. But compared to what the kit lens can do, this one is not stabilized, and you probably need some Gorilla Pod or gimbal to have a stable video. But let's try it on handheld. So I'll just remove it on the tripod, and I'm on handheld right now, so there's gonna be a lot of shake. So far I'm pretty satisfied how the Meike 35mm f1.4, its performance is top-notch and probably one of the best upgrades I have so far this year before it ends. Alright, so actually that's all for our unboxing video. I'm gonna be testing this lens out in a couple of days. So again, just to remind, this is a manual focus lens, so it's not gonna be working pretty much smooth in terms of focusing, because I'm not really that good yet with focusing with manual lenses. So let's see. But That's all for now for the unboxing video. In case you wanted some you wanted the Meike 35mm f1.4 for your Sony a6000 or Sony mirrorless cameras for APS-C, contact Lee Photo. Actually that's all. See you later on my next video coming soon. Thank you.